The moment a lot of endgame players in Raid have been waiting for is finally here. We get to summon 100 Void Shard for a guaranteed Void legendary champion. If you know it isn't about Void champions in Raid, they are one of the best. They are the best before Mythicals came along and, overthrew them from that throne. But anyways, Void legendaries are still very amazing, and they are so hard to get because the Void Shards is so hard to get, more scarce than Sacred sometimes. Well, not really, but Sacreds are more scarce. I have up to 139, and if you have up to 100, coming 29th, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, there is no CVC going on, so this event during this time when there's no CVC has to be sweet enough for me to make players summon their shards on Tuesday and Wednesday. So they try to use these events to replace those CVC grinders for shards, right? So what champions will be available? I'll talk about this champion to see. One legendary champion, get 100 voice shards summoned on Tuesday or Wednesday. You'll get that 100, that champion guaranteed for sure. So her name is Little Miss Annie, and she aligns with this Halloween season that is going on from the Undead Hots faction. In this video, I'll also be showing you my Fire Knight team. I'll also be talking about this special summoning event for Prism Crystal that is going on right now. So there are other things we'll talk about. I just wanted to highlight this champion news right here because I know a lot of players have been saving their void shards waiting for that void legendary that they can obtain from 100 or 110 void shards. The last time I did an event like this, I summoned myself a King Narcissus, and with the help of Ancora, he has helped me unlock live arena, classic arena, even 3v3 arena, where I went into gold 3 for the first time. I think for the first time yesterday when reset happened. So these champions can change your game for the better if you save these shards required to obtain them. So this is only an endgame player kind of thing where you save void shards specifically for a guaranteed void legendary, right? For newer players, 2x events are always the best time for you to summon your shards. I have skipped out on a lot of 2x events, that's why I have that many shards. So what's so special about this champion? Will she be worth it? That's what I wanted to highlight in this video also, to see whether they are doing a void guaranteed champion does not mean you should go for it. Sometimes you might want to skip this void guaranteed one and save all your void shards till the next one. Maybe by then you have up to 250 void shards or something crazy like that, that you can even go for 2x events and 10x events and not have to choose between their two, right? So what's so special about Little Miss Annie? Is she one that will change my account? Is there a content in Raid where she can help me where I don't already have alternative champions, or do I just want to obtain her and keep her on my account because I'm a completionist who wants to catch them all like Pokemon, right? So those are the little things you have to consider before you're going for this event. Personally, for my account, I've not had a lot of hype for her in the community, and you know what is special about champions in Raid? When everybody is talking about them, they are crazy, they are amazing in this content, that's when you know they are good. But the only thing that I know about Little Miss Annie is she's one of the most amazing designs that Raid has had. Check out her character design right here. This is what everybody praises about her. Her character design, how she's just twitching all over the place, and the beating heart in the center of her chest right here where it looks like somebody, pumped a shotgun or something in the heart. But anyways, besides the character design, is she useful to use as a champion, or will it be a useless one you just leave in the vault, right? So let me find out. From her skills, I will decide. You guys can let me know in the comments if you have any experience about this champion. I do not own her, so I would love to know what so far the community says about this champion. Her reviews first though says that she's good in arena, she's good in Fire Knight because of her triple hit on A1, I guess, and she's good for faction wars. I'm thinking, what about City of Sintranos? Is there a particular stage where she's one of the few champions that can help me in that content? Because as an endgame player, that's the only content that I've not taken down yet. What about Hydra? Is she useful in that content? I doubt it. But let's see. Sun Devil, nope. Sintranos is not yet on this list. Void, Magic, Force, Keep, Sun Devil, Phantom Shogun, Iron Twins. Sintranos is not yet on this list. I'd love to know how people rate her for that content. Alright, let's go. On the A1 triple hit that has the heal reduction and decreased defense, it's a 75% chance when you book it. So it's not a useless A1 that has no debuffs or one debuff. This has 2 debuffs, but it's not a 100% chance of landing it. Triple hit, useful A1, useful for Fire Knight, useful for other content where you need this consistent heal reduction. Emus. Well, I don't know if she's available in any Emus rotation, but an A1 that has a 100% chance, or well, a 75% chance of landing 100% heal reduction is going to be amazing for that content. That's why we use cold that sometimes for Emus, right? So that's why I think this can be useful. Immediately I saw the A1. Decreased defense is always good on that A1 dude. It's not consistent. All right, on an A2, it's a double hitter, attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, places increased attack on herself, and then she ignores 25% of the target's defense. That's a useful A2 that will do damage because it ignores 25% of the defense, and maybe your artifacts might already be ignoring up to extra 25% or even up to 50% of the target's defense already from artifacts. It depends how you build, which set you want to use her, right? So she places Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns. Is it before or after the attack? Then fills this champion turn meter by 30%. Why doesn't say she does the Perfect Veil before the attack though? I don't know if that will help her boost her attack. We'll see her passive. So Perfect Veil, I don't think they'll just add Perfect Veil for nothing. Maybe because she's a squishy champion, she needs to be veiled up so she can hide from the enemy's attack in the arena or something, I guess. She fills her turn meter by 30%. It's huge. So far, the only skill that needs accuracy is the A1 so far. So this skill will be on a 2-turn cooldown when you spend books on it. A single target hit that probably will nuke hard on a 2-turn cooldown is good, I guess. Let's see. On an A3, this champion will attack one enemy, ignores another 25% of the target's defense, destroy the enemy max HP by 25% of the damage inflicted. Destroying max HP is not the most essential thing these days in Raid. The only place it has helped me personally is in when I had to fight that boss in Doom Tower with the Scarab King. That's where I used to use Destroy Max HP, not anymore. This has fallen off so much. Destroy Max HP is not that useful at all these days in Raid, but she has it. She's one of the few champions that has it, but a lot of champions do have it, but she does have it. Yeah, 25% destroy the max HP of the boss, 25% of the damage inflicted of any enemy, not just the boss. Will repeat the attack if the target has both high defense and higher max HP than this champion. She'll probably do it twice because most champions she will go against do have higher HP and higher defense than she does. So she will be built in attack, she will be built in high attack, less HP, less defense. So when she's targeting tanky enemies, especially maybe in the arena, she probably will one-shot them. Repeat the attack, does that mean 25%? 25% again, so she'll do it twice. That's what this means, I think. Places revive undead buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. So she wants to keep herself alive because she knows after she goes in with an A2 or an A3, the enemies will get a turn. She's killing only one person. It's not as if she's granting an extra turn and killing 2 or 3. No, she's killing just one enemy on the enemy team. At A2 is single hit, at A3 is single hit, so you're maybe guaranteed to kill one person, and then she's just going to veil to hide herself, or she's putting revive on death to keep herself alive. So she seems like a squishy champion who is afraid of the consequences for her actions. Usually in the arena, when you take a turn, you want to kill any threat, you want to neutralize any threat, and then be sure that when they return the attack, you'll be able to survive. So she is trying to keep herself alive with that veil and this revive on death. After she does one hit, she hides. After she does another hit, she hides with revive on death. That's what I think she's trying to do. But will all that be enough to keep her alive? I don't think so. In the arena meta right now, she does kill one person on the enemy team and she comes back waiting for her turn again. I doubt she'll have an opportunity to get another turn. I doubt it. The A2 veil, the revive on death is not enough to keep a champion like this alive, except you have other external factors to keep her alive with ally protection, with stone skin or whatever. So let's see. Not very impressive. The damage will hit, don't get me wrong, these 2 damage nuking abilities will nuke hard, but let's see the passive. Revive, when revived, attacks the enemy that killed this champion with the default skill. So that's why she had that revive on death. So if you kill her, you did not block revive, she comes back to life. She will attack you with the first skill with her A1. Is her A1 hard enough to kill them though? So if they kill her, she just retaliates with the A1 when she comes back to life. She should be allowed to use any skill, but she's not a mythical. Also fills this champion turn meter by 25% and places shield buff on this champion equal to 50% of their max HP. What HP? She's a damage dealing champion who most likely will not have very high HP on her anyway, so she places a little bit of shield, I guess, so she doesn't fall flat again instantly. And of course fills her turn meter by 25%. Alright, let's see the next passive. I'm not yet impressed by Little Miss Annie. Each hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10% and a 100% chance of destroying the target's max HP by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under any of those debuffs. So that's also not an impressive passive, decreasing the target stun meter. It's not even a 100% chance of decreasing it. It's a 50% chance of decreasing the target stun meter by 10%. So that's 10, 10, 10. It most likely should be a 30% stun meter decrease, but because it's a 50% chance, it's not going to happen a lot. Maybe 10% stun meter decrease, sometimes 20% stun meter decrease on the targets. That's why she's good for the Fire Knight. But take note, it will be on Fire Knight normal, not on Fire Knight hard, where you want the A1 champions to have freeze. She doesn't have any freeze, so she will not be useful for that more difficult Fire Knight stage. It's a normal Fire Knight that this skill most likely be useful for, where you can keep the stun meter down of the boss. Each hit has a stun meter decrease coming in from the boss from her passive though. But that's if the boss already have hit reduction or decrease defense, any of these two, which most likely the boss will always have decrease defense. If it doesn't come from her, it most likely will come from somebody else. Also, he is this champion by 10% of the damage inflicted when attacking enemies under any of those two debuffs. So she has a little bit of sustain, I guess, if the enemies have those two debuffs or any of them. Will not heal from damage inflicted by masteries. So what's my verdict? I was so excited coming in right here telling you that I was going to pull 100 voice shards to get myself a little Miss Annie. But after reading her skills, I think I'm going to save my voice shards. I think I'm going to save my voice shards. Please let me know in the comments if I'm totally getting it wrong about this champion, because sometimes I read these skills and I get it totally wrong. So let me know. Should I be impressed by a little Miss Annie, not just her character design, but her skills so far? It's not Fire Knight hard material. Seems like normal Fire Knight material. It's not Doom Tower material. I mean, it's not Hydra material. It's not a bunch of AoEs, single targets. It's very conditional. It's not the best in the arena anyways. Who is the best single target arena nuker I currently have? My mythical champion, Siegfried. If I pick up this champion, am I going to use her in arena? Will she replace my King Narcissus? Molly, what's it called, that champion? Galalong Braid. Will she replace my Galalong Braid for single target nukes? This is very confusing, but anyways, I'll think about it by tomorrow or by Wednesday. I have to decide. I'll have to see your reviews. I'll also check out what other people are saying about her to then decide. She does have an aura that can increase attack in all battles by 33%, which is good. So little Miss Annie is coming tomorrow through a guaranteed, and from her skills, I don't feel like, I guess that's why they didn't make her 110 void shards. They just said 100 because they felt like she is not as great as a King Narcissus. But they wanted to give us something for Halloween. That's why they gave us an Halloween themed champion. Now, what other champions should they have given as a void legendary that is themed with Halloween? Raid, this could have been amazing. Well, I guess a little Miss Annie has a better Halloween theme than Siffy, I guess, in some way. I mean, people might even appreciate a Necrit at 110 void shards than little Miss Annie. They should have done that. Anyways, I'm not impressed yet till I hear from you guys what you think about her. What else is happening in Raid Shadow Legends right now is this Fire Knight tournament that was also going to give us those essence, right? Or those Prism, not the Prism one now, Primal Quartz. These days they've been launching a bunch. I got some Primal Quartz from the Dragon. I got some Primal Quartz from the Champion Training. Now they added another Fire Knight tournament that is supposed to give us few Primal Quartz, just 30. And I've been picking this up from freely obtainable energy that I use daily. And the point that I'm trying to target for this one is 2,650. Remember, a fusion is starting on the 31st. Don't use your gems. Don't use your saved up energy for this content. Just use only free energy that you get per day to fight this content. Over 2 days, you'll be able to fight the Fire Knight. Well, exactly 2 days and get it down. So this is my target, 2,650. And let me show you the team that I put together that will be helping me do this at level 20. Yes, even if I can fight the Fire Knight normally at my full team at hard 10, because of this content that requires me to fight the Fire Knight, it gives you the points based on how fast, how many less time you can take to, not just the time, I mean how many turns you take to beat the Fire Knight. That's how it gives you the points. And these are the teams I put together right here. If you don't have this champion, you can replace this champion with any other one, but these are the key essential champions that most players will have. Even if you don't have this dude, I think these are a reasonable one. This champion is very important because it has AoE decrease defense. It's a champion, one of the few that has it in this Demon Spawn faction. This faction is also lacking like good damage dealers for the Fire Knight himself. When you get to the boss, is lacking, except you have some of these champions built in high crit rate, high crit damage. You're not going to get through the Fire Knight boss really fast. For a level 20 content, I'm supposed to come in here and just nuke it down like a cold heart will do, right? But unfortunately, these champions I have on my roster right now cannot do that, so we'll have to watch a slow run of the Fire Knight. Remember, you don't have to farm it too long. You just have to farm it till you get to the point you require and end the battle. So I just wanted to highlight this team that I'm using right here for this content. I have set up my team presets. Don't forget, Alor must always use her A1 only, wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3, so they don't have any chance of getting any turn, so nobody dies in the wave. Magna will do his AoE like he normally should. And who else? Kinfos. Everybody is using their A1 for the boss. A1, 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 A1. They always have to open with their A1, right? Standard, so the boss shield can go down. Before Allah consistently keeps the boss shield down. So I'll fight that battle and then I'll end the video by showing you what's going on with that what do you call that now? That new event that just launched, Prism Crystals events. Probably gonna require us to farm the Sun Devil. But the first wave is easy. We got Magna doing the nukes, but our skills are now put on cooldown. I could bring in a Prince Kaima to reset our skills so we can get through the second wave faster though. But I think Magna, if he resets his skills, Prince Kaima could reset the skills of all of them, put out the decrease events again, and then nuke again. That should have been a faster run because I don't want my lot to go down. Okay. Sometimes I don't think I can survive that champion's nuke because he does nuke hard. These champions are going to steal my turn meter, no problem. They don't do any damage. It's the center champion you have to be wary of. And there goes the nuke. So maybe a Kaima can come in here, do a reset so I can do that same nuke I did on the first wave again. But who do I replace with a Kaima though? Maybe I take off this Cisia Flame Tongue and put a Kaima instead. Alright, let's go for the boss. A1s, 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 and the shield of the boss will come down. Not a long shield. You could even use the same team at 25. I prefer to farm 20 so I can do it faster and get my 53 points per super rates used on this content. Allah will never let the boss get a ton. Some of these champions do have some turn meter reduction inbuilt into some of their skills, or some turn meter feel for themselves also. But Allah is the MVP that is keeping it down for sure. Boom, she'll never let him get a ton. Is she even the right affinity for force content? I don't think she's the right affinity for this boss, but she's doing it. See, she's getting some weak hits, but she is doing it. So sometimes Allah, even on weak affinity, can keep the boss turn meter down consistently. So you don't even care whether it's the right affinity or not, bring her in here. She will get the job done. I think she's also the wrong affinity for stage 25. That's a turn meter steal from that boss, from that champion. And that's going to be a 2-minute run and it's 54 points per battle. So not bad, right? And with a few battles like this, I'll get that 2,000 points I require. Yeah, all the gear unfortunately will be sold. There is a 3x chance of getting stun gear, right? Yes, 3x chance of getting stun gear from this Fire Knight right now. So if you do not care about this demon spawn requirement, you should just go it and farm with a normal team so you have better artifacts. I don't think I need stun set right now. Well, I'll always do with a better stun set, but it's not a priority of content I want to farm and get stun set. Even for this 3x speed, I did not farm it this time around. I focused on farming it at level 20 instead of hard 10. So what else is happening in raid? I'm thinking it's going to be Sun Devil Necropolis that will require to farm to complete this summoning pool. And I wanted to highlight the champions on the summoning pool because sometimes newer players might have to pick up the epics. Yes, whenever we see the summoning pool, see it as a way of getting some specific epics that you've been trying to obtain for a while. And the one that stands out to me out of all this list is going to be a revival like Rector Drab. And of course, the Allure that you just saw me using in the Fire Knight, and a lot of areas where she's the best champion to put decrease at decrease turn meter consistently, triple hits. She's the best for that. So if you want to have a chance, increased chance of getting any of these champions, this summoning portal event might be for you if you can do what it requires to get this what you call it, Prism crystals. So there are some other ones we have to call out: the MVP for enemy max HP noobs, for the early game players who are doing some big damage this time around in the Hydra, for or other content where enemy max HP can be used. And then the Magna you just saw me use right here, useful for faction wars. Vogod, a tanky HP based champion right here, who can keep all your allies alive, especially in Doom Tower where I used 2 Vogods to beat some bosses. The Aishma that I picked up yesterday from, is it the event still going on? No, I think the event has ended. That I opened some ancient shard, I think from 11 ancient shard, I picked up my Aishma from that 10x or 15x event that was going on. So here she is again. You might want to see if it is your chance to pick her up. Remember, you're not guaranteed a chance of getting any champion outside this pool. So if you can get this summoning Prism shards and do it, you're guaranteed to get at least 1 champion out of this pool. Focus on the epics. Now for the legendaries, if you're extremely lucky, if you're that 6% of players, so that small chance, some players might be able to pick this up. I usually don't get lucky with this. I've been lucky once and I picked up one Shadow King faction champion, and since then no luck. So this time around, no special headline champion, just the legendary and the epics. But focus on the epics. This should be your inspiration. Now if you do not want any of these epics champions, probably you want to go for this because you have the energy and silver or gems to spend in general fighting of that Sand Devil Necropolis. So if I hit the summon right here, you can see that the events have not started where we can farm the points. So if I go to my tournament, you see that one of the ways we will be able to get points for this summoning portal is from the Sand Devil Necropolis, which is something that if you have your normal champions who can go in there, and 2-man teams or the Ignored team, you can go in there and farm it quickly. So I'll be picking this up tomorrow when it starts. Hopefully by then my Fire Knight is done. Another way I think they'll always put it in this fusion warm-up event. Normally they do, so let me check to see if it's in there. How many though? We need 35 per summon. It's not in here this time around. So probably there will be Sand Devil and another event that will give us Prism crystals. Maybe this Halloween Deck of Fate might have it. Maybe. I don't know what it has right now. I have my Playroom Play closed, so I can't check. But anyways, so that's what is going on right now in Raid. And before I do end the video, I want to tell you one more thing that is going to go along with this void summoning that you might want to take note of if you're pulling your void shards for that 100 void shards for Little Miss Annie. There's a 15x, 20x or a 25x chance, boosted chance of getting these specific champions I'll put on the screen right now. It's going to be a Status, Dragon Bane, Ragash, Sun Wukong, and Godfred Basklad and Samson the Masher, all available from Ancient Shard, Primal Shards, or Secret Shards, 15x, 20x or a 25x. If you keep pulling shards and you don't get any of these ones on this list, you have an opportunity of selecting one of them. So which one do you think you'll be selecting if you're pulling those normal shards? But if you're pulling void shards, you have a chance of selecting Tunisia and Soulless as your void legendary of choice if you're pulling shards. Now take note, as you're pulling shards tomorrow to get a Little Miss Annie, you might pick up a void legendary. It doesn't stop you from still getting all the way to 100 to get your Little Miss Annie. So once you hit that 100 mark, or if you pull a Little Miss Annie before your 100 mark, the event ends for you. You can keep getting her again and again, right? For epics, you have Borongiri, Terrell, Amina from Ancient Shards, Primal Shards, and Secret Shards, while Tuhag the Wanderer and Slickus Stridehide is available from Void Shards. I was checking properly if I see any other Lady Mikage epic on that list, because that's what I want to use now to complete my last Oilfrig. I'm seeing if Oilfrig is on the list. He's not. Come on, Playroom, give me the 15x, 10x chance or even a 25x chance of getting an Oilfrig so I can pick it up and get my Lady Mikage. But we do have, like I said, Aishma in here for anybody who missed it yesterday and could not get her after opening a lot of shards. I did see your comments. Unfortunately, a lot of people did pull shards and did not pick up this champion from even a 25x. Quite unfortunate. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, that's all that is happening in Raid right now. I'm still doing a fusion prep at the same time, saving some resources to spend on all these events and tournaments that are going on, distractions that might make you not complete the fusion. So take note, after you see me putting out this video right here, don't go crazy with all these events and tournaments that are going on. Remember, a fusion is starting on the 31st, and that fusion is going to be an old school fusion that you find here and have to do a lot to get that fusion champion if you want to. But if you're skipping out on the fusion, these events are for you to spend resources and spend time on and spend your shards and everything on. So that's all that is happening in Raid today. Let me know in the comments if you think Little Miss Annie is worth 100 void shards. I've not decided on her yet, but so far you can tell from my reading her skills that I was kind of on the negative side of going for this event. After saving 139 void shards, I don't mind pulling all these void shards for a 2x or saving another 100, just 100 for the next guaranteed void event, and just pulling maybe the 30. So I want to always be at 100 in case they have another void event. So maybe this weekend we might have a 2x void. If they are trying to make you pull all your void shards right now for 100 void shards for a Little Miss Annie, maybe this upcoming weekend during the fusion we might have a 2x, which is starting with the champion chase. Maybe, I don't know. All right, let me know what you think about this. Please like, please subscribe for more daily Raid content and news like this. See you guys in the next one. Later, guys.